Greetings, I am Red Prometheus, and welcome to my channel. The controversy surrounding Kaya, Hasan Piker's dog, and the alleged use of an electric collar has persisted far longer than the initial incident would suggest. Even now, the cultural echo of this drama is present in communities entirely unrelated to him. The meme remains well and alive, and for a good reason. It reveals far more than mere celebrity scandal. The incident itself is straightforward yet telling. Hassan admits at least partially to shocking his dog. Kaya, forced to remain on her cot for hours, is essentially a mascot for the stream.
Of America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby. It's just, you're making her stressed. She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom.
When she attempts to leave, she is met with a shock, an act that is simultaneously punitive and performative. Rather than attending to the possibility of genuine injury, Hassan admonishes her.
You're being such a baby.
He frames the situation as a dog being spoiled.
So incredibly spoiled from my mom.
And yet the evidence indicates otherwise. The dog's paw, he claims, was clipped, a tenuous justification at best. Even if true, a responsible guardian would prioritize care, not punishment. The behavior here is not mere negligence, it is the first window into his character. The incident alone would be noteworthy, but it is Hassan's reaction that escalates its significance. His attempts to whitewash the event, claiming the collar was not electric, gaslighting dissenting viewers, and punishing those who challenge the narrative, reinforce the perception of moral bankruptcy. Contextualized further, prior footage reveals a pattern: pulling a dog by its tail, choking it, and threatening it with death.
Stay. If you run right now, I'll fucking kill you. Like, I'll actually kill you, okay? In front of everyone. Motherfucker, come here. Stay. No, come here.
Gestures that, while possibly perceived as minor by some, reveal recurring willingness to exercise domination over a weaker being. Even the socialization practices he employs, placing Kaya with a more dominant, aggressive dog, results in sustained distress. His audience, largely complicit through inattention, serves as a reflection of his moral influence.
In a confined space like this together is a good idea, but we're about to see very quickly. She will most likely recognize. She will very quickly learn that that's probably a mistake, because if she keeps pushing Fiona, Fiona is going to bite. Oh, there we go. Good job, Fiona. Kaya is really funny when she's scared. Being scared gives me anxiety. Maybe it's me. No, I want her to bite her. I know Fiona wants out. She's not getting out though. Fiona snaps at her. She'll just go ah, 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 and like run away. Run away like a fucking goofball crying. It's the funniest thing on the fucking planet. She needs to learn. See? See? She wants out. Did you see that? I want you guys to see what happens when she actually gets scared. It's so fucking funny.
When the Streisand effect amplifies the scrutiny, people examining prongs, brightness adjustments, confirming the electrical collar, Hassan's denial collapses. His audience's cognitive dissonance and gullibility are weaponized to protect him. Yet the underlying truth remains unaltered. His actions were deliberate, and his control over the situation is telling. The real significance of this incident is not simply about Kaya's suffering. Rather, the dog serves as a proxy for the exercise of power over the defenseless. It is a litmus test. The extent to which one can wield authority ethically in low-stakes situations indicates how one might behave in higher-stake environments. Hassan's mistreatment of Kaya reveals a troubling pattern. If he were to acquire political influence, the same authoritarian impulses, punitive control, moral posturing, and coercive dominance could easily extend to human subjects. The incident is a moral mirror, exposing the latent pathology of individuals who claim ethical or ideological authority, but are incapable of compassion when the consequences are limited to those weaker than themselves. While I am a communist myself, Hasan's politics are a perversion of emancipatory ideology. His advocacy for welfare programs and government control is framed as a concern for the people, but it manifests as subjugation and reliance, fostering dependency rather than empowerment. His approach mirrors the same logic applied to Kaya: control masked as care, punishment disguised as discipline. Moreover, Hassan's cultivation of a compliant, ideologically malleable audience through virtue signaling, performative outrage, and identity based policing demonstrates the logical extension of his ideology.
Listen, I don't know what else to say about this stuff. I don't know. It's just, please. Like, I need to do my job, okay? There are a lot of adults in here, and there are a lot of young people in here as well that want to hear about the news, okay? They want to hear about what's going on. If any of your favorite streamers not advocacy or organizing, please refocus, chatters. It's just, it's utterly irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. I know it sounds like it's the most consequential thing that's ever happened in the history of mankind, and people are really dragging it over and over again, but please, for the love of God, like, it's going to be all right, okay? You know the truth. It doesn't matter. Like, what do you want me to do? At this stage, we have entered a new era on the internet. I've been an active watcher now, and I'm honestly disgusted. I've honestly been watching you for a while, and you kind of disappointed me. What do you mean? I gotta stop reading this stuff. People like to be a part of something larger. People like to be a part of a larger movement, okay? People like to be a part of a larger movement, and very clearly this is like a big thing that all the normies have gotten on board with. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. There's not really anything I can do about it other than just keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully people will realize that there's no accuracy or veracity to the claims being made. Anyway.
His own moral authority is unearned, yet it fuels obedience in a community he openly despises.
I can't stand any of you bumfucks in this goddamn chat. Oh my fucking God, I hate the left. I hate liberalism. I hate everything that's going on every single fucking day of the goddamn week. I hate my life. I hate fucking streaming. I hate socialism. I hate every single fucking person who thinks that the peak of activism is just being the most annoying, holier than thou, the most ultimately woke leftist. You did it. You've unlocked the fucking nihilism within me, okay? I am black pilled. Nothing will ever get better. We are never gonna make it out. We can't even have a normal fucking non-hostile goddamn conversation on any of these issues. Everybody just simply wants to fucking turbulent win because they have no power and they recognize their utter powerlessness in the face of unjustifiable constructs that we fucking exist under. And the best possible fucking thing you can do is just be goddamn annoying, okay? Oh God. Right when the reporter is asking about optimism, I want to just shut it off, dude. I want to shut everything off. I just want to go away. If I wasn't so goddamn stubborn, I would have a long time ago. Oh my Lord, dude. I 100% use something on sub-only mode. What do you mean? The most annoying people are literally like the 40 month subscribers. The person that caused me a fucking spiral just now is Hidijo Offliner or whatever. And that is like a routine nuisance and an offliner in this community, okay? He is a consistent voice of nuisance, okay? What are you talking about? The people that actually break me, the people that actually cause me to fucking spiral out of control are always the people that have been in this fucking community for years, who never shut the fuck up. I have banned him before. It's literally just, like, I'm not even singling him out. He's just one example. But this happens all the fucking time, bro. Anyway. One of the worst aspects of like this kind of gathering online is that I think people don't behave like this in the real world. That's what I was talking about. That's why I have so much hope for the future of America when I'm out in the fucking streets, right? Because I see grandparents and I see kids and I see regular ass folk that see right from wrong and they say, fuck this. What do you mean you're just like kidnapping my neighbors? Get the fuck out of here. And they protest. And that gives me confidence. And then when I go back to the internet and I get fucking yelled at by a bunch of screen-ager iPad babies who are 38 years old who think that the most like radical socialist position is to constantly chirp in a fucking Twitch streamer's chat and hyper scrutinize everything and then like, refuse to understand like broader points, okay? Refuse to be open-minded. Then I'm black-pilled again. It's virtually impossible not to be black-pilled. You're online all the fucking time. Everything that we do here is so bad. It's so fucking bad.
This is governance reduced to spectacle. Optics prioritized over action, emotional comfort over material results, and the management of perception over the pursuit of principle. Hasan's performative radicalism is inseparable from his personal affluence. Though he occasionally references a modest upbringing, the evidence indicates considerable familial support. His lifestyle, designer brands, luxury vehicles, and personal branding reflects opulence, not necessity.
I live on a basic necessity budget for the most part. Anyway, okay.
A basic necessity budget? I don't even know if I say I live on a basic necessity budget because my rent is so high. But I know my expenses are 1/10. Didn't this guy just buy like a $150,000 car? Basic necessity budget. How often do you think he DoorDashes food on his basic necessity budget? How much does this guy's clothes cost? What part of his lifestyle is a basic necessity budget? This guy flies in private planes to Burning Man. What, $250,000 car? What is the basic necessity budget? Doesn't he get like $1,000 shirts and shit? Does he have a maid? Like what the fuck?
So I grew up in Turkey to a relatively affluent family, and if you're like even a little bit affluent in Turkey because of how massive the wealth gap is in a country like that, you're caked up in comparison to like American standards, where a similar salary would not or similar amount of wealth would not make you upper middle class even.
Hasan's father, Hasan Piker, who was a public figure, so I'm not doxing anybody, was the vice president of Sabancı Holding, a Fortune 500 company at the time. He also represented Turkey as a delegate in the European Union.
There are people who unironically believe that.
It just it hits the wrong way whenever you're talking about how bad capitalism is and you have all these luxuries. That's the problem. So it's not about like, capitalism or socialism is when no house or socialism is when no money. But at a certain point, capitalism is when Gucci. Capitalism is when Porsche. Capitalism is when $3 million house. So like that's kind of the issue, right? Is that like there's a lot of middle ground in there that a person that has these ideals you would expect them to have and not to indulge in, but they do. And so it's like, okay, well, if you're this much against it, then why aren't you going and doing this in your own life?
Revolutionary sacrifice, historically exemplified by figures such as Lenin, Mao, Guevara, or Fidel Castro, requires disciplined relinquishment of comfort for principle. Hasan's life demonstrates none of this. The consistency of one's personal discipline, the ability to subordinate immediate pleasure to long-term ideological objectives, is a key metric of credibility. Here, Hasan fails spectacularly. Wealth and comfort are not used as tools of analysis or liberation, but as instruments of performance. His ideology is a costume, his movement a stage. His influence extends beyond mere hypocrisy. By positioning himself as a visible advocate for leftist ideology while behaving chaotically, Hasan contaminates the associative credibility of socialism itself. His community internalizes parasocial loyalty and obedience, resembling microcosmic totalitarianism in which dissent is punished and truth is malleable. This managerial style, purity tests, moral policing, and internal surveillance is an inversion of revolutionary praxis. Energy that could be directed towards material struggle is consumed by enforcement of performative virtue. Outcomes are symbolic, and the external world, including genuine activist work, is secondary to the maintenance of the spectacle. The clip where Hasan erupts, openly declaring hatred for his own community.
I hate all of you! I hate the woke! I hate the left! I hate the woke!
And ideological identity is the apex of this revelation. It is the moment when the performative facade collapses, exposing the underlying truth. His commitment was never authentic. The worst offenders, he admits, are not outsiders, but the longest tenured, most loyal members, those most shaped by his rhetoric.
The person that caused me a fucking spiral just now is his digital offliner or whatever. And that is like a routine nuisance and an offliner in this community, okay? He is a consistent voice of nuisance, okay? What are you talking about? The people that actually break me, the people that actually cause me to fucking spiral out of control are always the people that have been in this fucking community for years, who never shut the fuck up. I have banned him before. It's literally just, like, I'm not even singling him out. He's just one example. But this happens all the fucking time, bro. Anyway.
This is significant. The people he despises are the product of his own creation, and the ideological culture he cultivated now repels him. Here is where the contrast with serious communists becomes indispensable. Figures like Haz from Infrared cultivate communities built on discipline, mutual aid, and concrete action. They operate as movements, not fandoms, rallying around shared objectives and producing tangible results. Their ideological rigor ensures that internal conflict does not dissolve purpose. Hasan, by contrast, functions as a containment mechanism. He absorbs youthful energy, channels it into performative spectacle, and ensures that his brand becomes synonymous with chaos and moral superficiality.
We will never achieve anything. We will never build communism, socialism. It's never going to happen.
He corrodes socialism from within, far more effectively than external opponents could. Thus, the dog incident is not merely a story about animal cruelty. It is a litmus test for power, authority, and moral character. Those who fail in low-stakes, ethical tests over dependent, defenseless creatures cannot be trusted with influence over people or movements. The lesson is universal. Character must be assessed through action, not words. Hasan fails that test in the most basic of forms. As we evaluate leaders, ideologues, and activists, we must ensure that those we follow are not merely competent at optics, but are capable of restraint, ethical consistency, and genuine concern for others. Hasan's failure is instructive. Parasocial influence without moral grounding is corrosive to both community and ideology. The specter of Kaya, ever reliant and ever harmed, is a reminder that power, when unchecked, will manifest cruelty. If a man cannot be trusted with a dog, he cannot be trusted with a movement. This principle transcends individual ideology. It is universal. And remember, the chains remain, but the fire spreads. Thank you for listening.